Paramount Chief of the Pulima Traditional Area, Kuro Duwe Osman Nangpa III, has admonished members of the newly launched Young Urban Women's Movement to use tact and diplomacy to get work and rights shared at home. The Women Advocacy Movement was launched with the aim, among other things, equipping young women with skills, challenge inequality, as well as to influence policy discourse in their respective areas. Kuro Nangpa Osman, speaking at the launch of the movement, called on members not to be antagonistic in their approach to deals with using tact. JoyNews Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
The Young Urban Women's Movement is an organized group of young women across the country with the aim of empowering young urban women living in rural and urban areas in the country with skills to secure economic independence, control over their bodies, challenge inequality and discrimination. As a 2.5-year project and has been spearheaded by Akinade Ghana in the last 9 years. Head of programs Akinade Ghana, Justin Bayo, assured members of the newly launched Young Urban Women's Movement in the Upper West region to enable them succeed.
The group has now developed to be a movement on its own, working with about 6,500 young women between the ages of 15 and 35 across 5 cities in Ghana. These are in Accra, Tamale, Bolgatanga, Ho, Somenya, and Sunyani. And since you are the novel group for Upper West at the moment, all our eyes are on you, and we are going to focus all our attention within Action Aid to the Young Urban Movement in the Upper West region. We will ensure that all the needed support is given to you. All established ones will give you all the support so that you can grow in terms of capacity and numbers.
National Chairperson of the Young Urban Women's Movement, Dr. Zuga, threw further light on what the movement is up to.
So we are saying that as Young Urban Women's Movement, our goal is to advocate, to talk, to empower young people. Even most of the young people within our communities don't even see it as work. Sometimes they themselves doing the work, they don't even see it as work. So we want to empower ourselves to recognize that the things we are doing at home, it's a work. We are not also saying we want to use force. It's all about how we will communicate well to our husbands, our brothers at home. And the movement is out to take us through all these strategies, how we'll be able to speak to our husbands and brothers to understand that the work we are doing is a work. When they are able to recognize that that is a work, you don't need to ask them to help you share the rules. They themselves will support, and that is why we are having 3 R's, which is first is to recognize. When they recognize, they would help us reduce it by redistributing.
Paramount Chief of the Pulima Traditional Area, Kuro Duwe Osman Nangpa III, lauded the launch of the Young Urban Women's Movement in the region. However, was quick to add that the aims and objectives will not be achieved on a silver platter, calling on them to use tact and diplomacy.
If you get up and do gra-gra, the men will keep all the power to their chest. It is the usage of the tongue that can elicit what support you can get. If your tongue is honey-laden, you will get the best. If it's acid-laden and you can use it to lacerate the opposite gender, I can assure you, you will continue to be confined to where you've been since time immemorial. So please use your tongue well and continue to appeal to us.
Other key speakers at the launch was the Upper West Regional Director of the Social Welfare Department, Ilen Pele, and the Upper West Regional Director of Gender, Charity Bature, who chaired the launch.
But please, start small and grow big together. If you are already looking at the bigger picture, you'll be demoralized. But when you're able to convince just one person, it satisfies you. It gives you that joy that you've done something. The next time you go to 2, 3, 4, you are spreading. You are starting small but growing big together. Together, because if she is doing it, she is also doing it. The next person is doing it. We are penetrating gradually and we are growing big together.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Wow.